Hey everybody, welcome back to 14 Rings and NFC East podcast. I'm your host Lucas with Mal, Maurice, and JT, and we are recording about a week out from Thanksgiving. I tell you what, it's hard to be grateful as a Commanders fan. I'm sure there's maybe one or two other people that have a hard time being thankful right now, but
Look,
in the
I'm
meantime,
thankful to be here with you all.
That is very true. I'm thankful to be here with all you guys. You guys are family, of course.
Yes.
And as family does, sometimes we have to give each other our licks, and we're going to do that by going over, with my handy-dandy notebook here, our preseason predictions, okay? And this one's going to hurt me. Week 11, we all had the Commanders. Actually, no. Somebody had us losing, and they jinxed us. Thank you, Mal.
Florida. Go Florida.
Go Florida, right? Yeah, you know what? It helps you get a better draft pick, right?
I guess.
Yeah. All right. We won 50-50 on the Cowboys. We had two of us losing, two of us winning. Who do you think were the two that had them losing?
You?
Yeah, I was one of them.
It can't be me. It was Mal.
It was you, Earl, JT. It was you.
I was going to say, there's no way.
It had me saying they lost to the Raiders? Wow. Wait, hold on. I got my sheet right here.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I did. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What made you think the Raiders were going to be good?
I think he was. Well, I mean, we did think he was.
They had Genty, Pete Carroll was coming back.
Gino
had some key guys.
We thought Gino was gonna not be as bad as he was.
You thought Gino was the stuff.
You influenced us to think Geno Smith was going to be good.
Okay, outside of this season, ever since he became a starter again, he was good.
Maurice and I didn't fall for the bait.
Yeah, we didn't take the cheese.
Okay, well, anyway.
I went from the win-loss ratio for it, but
I also think Earl thought because it was a road game, he thought it was going to be rough.
Yeah, they've been hurting my feelings the last two seasons.
And no surprise, we had a clean sweep for the Giants, and we all had them losing.
Yeah.
Though it was closer than we thought it was going to be. And then we won 50-50 on the Eagles. No, sorry, only one person had the Eagles losing last week. Who was it?
I think it was me.
It was Maurice.
I went 4 for 4. Yeah. I went 4.
Even in my matchup preview, in the matchup preview, I had the Eagles losing this game.
No, that's fair. That's an understanding. But you didn't account for Laporta being out too. So.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, that being said, let's get to... do we have to? I suppose we do. We got to talk about the Washington Commanders.
That Madrid.
Losing in Madrid against the Miami Dolphins. First off, I had to buy NFL Plus for a day just to watch this game.
Wow, really?
I feel like it was only $7, so it was
Yeah, it's not that deep.
Yeah, it's not a deep cut. I just canceled the subscription afterwards. So... Anyway, Commanders lost this game in overtime, 16-13. What went wrong? I guess the number one person, and he's already got his, comeuppance for this, is Matt Gay. You left at least 6 points on the board. We didn't even have to go to overtime. But Mr. I can't kick unless it's in a dome outside of 40 yards. This was the fear that I had because I remember seeing that stat during the summer, and I mentioned this. He lost us the game. Let's be clear. Now, granted, should the game have been in his hands? No, but that's beyond the point here. We'll get to that point later.
Wait, you think the kicker cost you this game?
He missed a field goal in the last 2 minutes, dude. The game-winning field goal in the last 2 minutes. Now, I said.
Though, I mean, it should have never gotten to this point.
That's fair.
That's fair. More to blame for the actual loss, I would say.
Okay, you're blaming
special teams.
Yeah, so let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. So Matt Gay got released, and thank goodness. And I don't know if we have upgraded, but we changed names. Jake Moody, who beat us actually for the Chicago Bears. So that's interesting. That's interesting. We bring a guy that beat us, but that's fine. We also got beat by a former kicker of ours from this in this game, Zane Gonzalez. Ooh. So that was crazy. Yeah, he was literally on the team last year. He's their backup. He's their replacement because their kicker got injured pretty early on in the season. If I remember,
a story being told in this matchup.
Yeah. So kicking matters, and of course, in Spain, where soccer is the number one king, makes a lot of sense that kicking decided this game. But it's not just the kicking. Let's talk about it. The defense looked much better. Kudos to Dan Quinn calling a good game. Blitzes coming from every direction. That's what we needed, right? Was it perfect? No. But you know what? It looked like they cared. It looked like they gave one, right? They gave it, they gave a darn. And look, I mean, it was a good, good out. I'm not going to say great. It was an acceptable outing for the defense. Can't blame the defense, honestly. So the play calling, it was better. It looked more uniform and prepared. They were able to take advantage of some things. Lost Jalen Lane early in the game. That was not good, right? Lost another wide receiver. Yet to be determined if anybody's going to come back this after the bye week. But you said Marcus Mariota. Well, let's look at the stats. He did have an interception in overtime, right? But yet again, the game shouldn't have gotten to overtime. I think we can all agree on that, right? Mm-hmm. I think outside of the interception, I mean, his QBR was 46.7. Outside of in one sack, 20 of 30, so 66%, 213 yards. I don't hate the game from him. He had 4 rushes for 49 yards, including one really good rush. Look, the interception sucks, but yet again, the game shouldn't have gotten to overtime. But I will put blame on Marcus when it comes to red zone execution. We did not execute in the red zone, and that's where this game killed us.
Wait, neither team did. Yeah. You honestly can't fault him for everything.
No. One of them was Zach Ertz slipping. One of them was Zach Ertz slipping on the fourth down play. But just some of the play calling in the red zone, too, was a little questionable. C-Rod had it going today. C-Rod, in this game, he had 15 carries for 79 yards. You got to keep on feeding the beast. If he's doing that good, you got to keep on feeding him. Jacory had one of his better games recently, 9 of 28. McNichols didn't have a great game, 4 of 13. But you got to keep on feeding C-Rod. C-Rod's the hot hand right now. You need to keep on feeding him. They should have done that. So yeah, to summarize, what was good was overall running back play and offensive play calling outside of the red zone. Defense played better. What was bad? Special teams. You had the kicking of Matt Gay, and let's not even talk about the fact that Mikey Sanders still was out there trying to return a punt and caused a fumble, which really, screwed the pooch on that one too. He should have never been out there. You have Debo, who's returned punts. Why not get him? You had Chase Edmonds. Why not do him? You know what I mean? People have kick returns experience. Mikey doesn't, and that was just a stupid play call by the special teams coordinator.
Setting him up for failure.
Yeah, setting him up for failure, right? So that was just bad. But overall, defense played like they cared. Running backs were good. Play calling was decent halfway through. I mean, outside of the red zone. So, and then special teams and red zone offense is what killed us. That's my honest thoughts. Any thoughts or opinions before we move on? Player of the game, I'll give it to C-Rod.
No, I think you nailed it.
At this point, I'm not going to say tank.
Yeah,
it is what it
is. I say we, continue to develop our young players. That is what I'm going to say.
I also think that it's really important that you guys get a higher draft pick this year because your team is relatively old. You need as much young talent as you can get. So
yeah, the thing is why didn't we sell? Why weren't we sellers? Are they really thinking we have a chance to make a run at it after the bye week? I don't think so, but who knows? I mean, we're 3-8, so basically we'd have to go, perfect the rest of the way. And with the schedule, let's be real. That's even if everybody's healthy and this was the team from last year, that'd be pretty darn hard to do. So
welcome back, Lucas. I'm glad that you came back to reality and you're back with me.
Last year was magical. Look, I was allowed to be on the magic carpet flight last year. Everybody was allowed to be, okay? Don't hate me for enjoying last year.
Where did I say that I hated you for it?
I didn't say that you... Okay, fair enough. But I'm just saying I was allowed to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my thoughts. we can move on if we want. I think Mal's up next. Another team in the dredges.
Another week.
Yeah.
Another trash result.
Oh,
but anyway.
hang on. Earl, what's up?
Oh, I was going to say, the situation on the special teams, I was very confused on why Mikey was out there and why didn't they put Iggy out there? Because he returned kicks. Debo returned kicks.
Mm-hmm. That's what we were saying. Yeah.
I can't stand y'all. But going back there and I'm like, wait, why is Mikey back there? And I'm like, has he returned the kick? And as soon as I said that, he muffed it. And I was just like, why was he back there?
Make it make sense, man. I don't know.
Hey, look. My question for you is, did you do the homework that I gave you?
What, the positions?
Mm-hmm. I gave you 5 that you feel that was a key need, and depending on that draft pick, which one would you go for?
So 5 positions of need right now for the Commanders. I would say wide receiver, cornerback, defensive line. So that's 2 positions in one, but we'll just say defensive line. You'll give me that one. Linebacker.
It's a flex. Flex.
Yeah, linebacker and safety.
Okay.
So everything.
So everything on defense.
Defense. Everything on defense.
Except corner?
No, I said corner.
What you said?
Sit corner, safety, linebacker,
wow, the whole shebang.
D-line.
Yep.
Okay. In one, too.
You asked.
Okay, yeah, the defensive line, edge, you put them in the same thing. They're in the front 4, basically.
Yeah.
But which one would you address first?
Edge. We have no pass rush. And Dan Quinn, defense is all predicated on having a decent pass rush. If you can't have a decent pass rush, the rest of it's going to fall apart, and that's what's happening this year. So,
yeah. I think having those guys in the middle, they can get upfield, but it's just you need somebody to kind of sustain in case someone run the ball at you.
I'm looking at the linebacker from Ohio State right now. I can't remember his name, but I'm looking at
Reese.
Him. Yeah, that's who I'm looking at. But we'll talk draft later on, I'm sure. Anyway,
I'm sorry, Mal. You can
go
ahead.
No, why are you sorry? Don't be sorry. It's all good. I'd rather not talk about the Giants, but anyway, here we go.
I mean, you're on the pod for that reason. Well, that
Yeah, you can go. Por favor.
He's on the pod to be miserable.
Every single year, dog, every year. But anyway, so the little Giants played the Packers at MetLife. They lost.
You broke Earl.
Little Giants. The Packers beat them 27-20. Are we shocked? No. Anyway, let's dive into it. So, Jameis Winston was the starting quarterback this week. And let me just address the elephant in the room that we have to go over first. Abdul Carter was benched for the first series because he fell asleep and didn't make it on time to a team walkthrough. So that should just tell you what kind of state this team and locker room is. I can't help but laugh anymore, guys. I'm just laughing for the fun of it. Now, we can talk about that after. Let's get into the game. So, Jameis Winston started, and he actually played relatively well, guys. I was actually pretty impressed. However, I will say that he did have a few interceptions that were dropped that were gifts to the Green Bay defense, but they had a really bad drop day. Romeo Doubs dropping everything.
They had yips.
Oh, my God. So
I was about to say, this game is a lot closer than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and so Jameis Winston was 19 for 29 with 201 yards and one very crucial interception that I will get to in a little bit. Tyrone Tracy had a really good day, guys. 19 carries for 88 yards. He also had 4 receptions for 51 yards, so an over 100-yard game for him. He played his heart out. Devin Singletary, 2 touchdowns. Jameis Winston, 1 rushing touchdown. And, guys, we signed Isaiah Hodgins off the practice squad last week, and he made an immediate impact. This was a move that a lot of us questioned when we saw that Hodgins was on the Steelers practice squad with all of the woes we had at wide receiver. Always been a pretty reliable guy for us, always makes plays, has pretty good hands. Showed up and was the receiving leader for the day. He had 5 receptions for 57 yards, made some crucial catches on third down to convert there. Defense was atrocious. Nobody had a sack. We did not record 1 single sack.
That's crazy.
Once again, another fourth quarter blown lead. So Shane Bowen masterclass as usual, but I don't want to beat a dead horse on that. Y'all know my feelings on that. Deonte Banks, really not good. I mean, did okay with his kick returns. However, just not a good defensive player. So that was a whiff of a first-round pick, but more to come on that. Now, Giants were coming back and had an opportunity to tie the game late in the fourth quarter. Not going to place blame on anybody because in the end, who cares? It happened is what it is. Whether Hyatt didn't finish his route, whether Jameis threw a stupid interception, who knows? Ball was picked off late on that fourth quarter drive, which ultimately lost the Giants the game. This is not shocking to me, considering I wasn't even expecting the game to be this close. I actually thought the game was rather entertaining through and through all four quarters. I genuinely enjoyed watching it. Jordan Love went out for a little bit. Malik Willis took over. He had a touchdown as well. Josh Jacobs had an injury that got him out of the game pretty early, so that was rather unfortunate. However, didn't really affect Green Bay. They still were able to overcome and win. Christian Watson had a pretty good game. Now, Mike Kafka said he's not going to make any changes to the coaching staff, which I'm kind of a little shocked about, but I also shouldn't be because why would the Giants do anything like that? Also, in the end, I think no matter what, he's going to be gone next season. I think that for right now, they're just keeping everybody to have a normal week, so to say, and kind of go from there.
It's too late to bring in somebody new.
Yeah, it would have to be someone from within that I don't know is ready for. So either way, Giants lose again, fall to 2-8. My 3-14 record's looking pretty good right now. Jackson Dart should be clearing the concussion protocol this week, so we should be expecting him back next week. Darius Slayton didn't play. Hopefully he's back next week. He had a hamstring going on. Hopefully Paulson Adebo comes back. He was scheduled to come back this week, but he felt some soreness in his knee after warm-up, so they kept him sidelined. Cordell Flott did okay this game. Not his best, not his worst, but not really anything to write home about. Abdul Carter sleeping during walkthroughs. Dexter Lawrence not even going to talk to him, says he doesn't feel the need to. That's a leadership problem, an accountability problem that Dable probably instilled in that locker room, so that's going to take some time to get over. Player of the game, just for the fun of it, I'll give it to Jameis Winston. I think that he came out and he definitely made it entertaining, looked way better than Russell Wilson. Definitely a more serviceable backup. So we'll give it to Jameis. Thoughts, concerns?
We've been saying this since the Wilson thing happened. We thought Jameis was better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to shout out Tyrone Tracy Jr. because he looked pretty bad this season. Like, his rookie year was a fluke until this game. Now, can he build on it? We'll see. But, like, if he can play at this level and you got Cam Scatterbo coming back next year, you got a two-headed monster at running back. And that's what I was expecting to happen this year. It didn't happen because, your head coach is was poo-poo. He's not there anymore. Leadership. Look, you're going to need to you're going to have to get rid of some veterans to get that nasty leadership, bad vibes out of there. Who those veterans are, I don't know. We can talk about it during the off season.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, like, the two guys that I would look to try the trade, Slayton and I hate to say it, but Sexy Dexy. Culturally,
I think Thibodeau.
Yeah, I don't know if Dex shouldn't leave. I think Dex is just tired of losing. I can't blame him either. I really can't.
I kind of understand where Lucas's logic is coming from. If you're going to rebuild, if you're going a new direction, Dexter Lawrence is going to give you that. He's going to give you some assets.
Even you're going to get possibly a second round pick for him.
I can't. No.
How old is Dexter Lawrence?
He's going in this is 4th or 5th season.
No.
Yeah. He's more than that.
He's older than that?
Oh, yeah. He's like in season 7 or 8 at least.
Okay. So
hang on. I'll check.
If you were to try to trade that,
28. He's 28.
Who's gonna be the one to step in on what he's able to do?
That's why you have a second round pick.
Too, though, and the way that he has such a command on that defensive line, he's the best nose tackle in the league. I wouldn't gamble trying to take someone in the
Is he
draft.
this season? Is he this season?
Whether is this season or not, he is one of the best nose tackles in the league.
That is true. By year 3, he's already got his grown man body, and he was making immediate
I
impact.
think he personally just needs to lose some weight in this offseason. I think he looks slow and he looks winded most of the time, and I think that had a lot to do with not being able to
help in the
participate
middle.
in preseason.
He
also needs help. Yeah.
Because the edges are fine. I think he needs another guy to kind of tag team with in the middle. I think that'll definitely shore up some stuff.
So you guys traded your first round pick for next year, right? Or is it your second?
No.
Hold up. How did you get Jackson Dart? What did you guys trade? You
traded
a third round pick.
Third round pick last year and this upcoming year. For a first?
Yes.
Late first?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off this now. If you were to, for say, add somebody, I would look at Jeffrey Simmons from Tennessee.
It's fair.
Now, I got a question for. I'm sorry.
I think he would. Oh, you can go ahead, Maurice.
No, I want you to finish your question. My question is more of a joke. So go ahead.
Okay, let me go ahead and get my football stuff out. Simmons, I think he'll be someone that kind of works with what the Giants already are capable of doing. And if you have draft capital, I know you gave up some picks for Dart. You also got to look at the Brian Burns thing and that stuff. But if you're able to land someone like him to kind of pair with Dexter Lawrence, I think that'll kind of fix what you're trying to do. But you also got to look at what's going on the defense as well. So, but it's an idea.
Now, I have a question. Are you concerned with Abdul Carter only having 0.5 sacks on the season?
Not necessarily. I think that he came into a bad situation. I don't like Shane Bowen's scheme at all. They've been using him as a spy for most of the season. He hasn't even really been active on the line too much. So, no, I'm not really worried about that. I can see that he can get pressure. So that's a good start.
Yeah, he has some QB hits and some hurries.
I don't think he's been set up for success this season. I can't really judge him until I see him with a new coordinator in a different scheme.
Do you trade one of your edges to make room for him? And if so, who do you trade?
It'd probably be Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah, that's
what would you trade?
I'm not getting rid of Brian Burns, so.
Yeah,
and you paid him too?
You paid Kayvon and Brian, yeah.
Well, Kayvon's still under his rookie.
Kayvon's on his 5th year.
He's on his rookie.
Oh, he's on his 5th year? Okay.
Yeah. So they got some options there. So now let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Who showed more fight? The Giants on Sunday or Cam Scatterboo on Monday Night Raw?
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah. This is Cam Scatterboo, actually.
Are you worried that he did that with the injury and stuff?
Oh no! If you looked at his page, he was saying how much he's healing up and everything, and was feeling good.
Do you think he could play again this season?
No.
Shut him down.
They made sure that he was going to be fine with that. And I have no problem with them having fun outside of football, especially because he had a really, really rough injury that really had to kind of suck. And you know that guy. He wants to be out there breaking people's faces, and he can't be doing that. So by all means, pop off, have fun. To answer your question, no, the Giants did not show as much fight as Cam Scatterboo at WWE Raw.
Yeah, so, he pushed JD McDonough, put him right on his back.
Yeah, so that was a good one.
Now it was clean. I have one other question for you. So do you turn your head to eat the taco, or do you put the taco into submission and eat the taco on the side?
What? No, where did that come from?
No, Cam Scatterboo said that on his live stream.
He was like, do you dominate the taco or do you let the taco dominate you?
Yeah.
I think that, no, I turn my head and I eat it.
I think I
you
turn the taco and I turn my head too at the same time.
Yeah. You can't turn the taco, everything's gonna fall out.
Yeah, everything's gonna fall out.
You only slightly turn the taco and then you don't put it on its side.
It's like one fluid movement.
Yeah.
Speaking of tacos, How do you feel, Lucas, about
JT? What is up with that face?
Yeah,
I'm just listening to y'all. Like,
it was a crazy diversion from football. But
no,
anyway,
we were talking about random things that Cam Scatterby does outside of football, so that was one of them.
Let me ask, since you bring that up, Lucas, let me ask you, how do you feel about the Washington Commanders logo looking like a taco holder?
Wait.
It's right on your shirt.
No.
It's right on your
shirt.
No.
It's a taco holder.
No.
It's a taco holder.
No.
You put 2 tacos between the W's. It's just.
I'm dead.
Why? Why do you do this to me, Maurice?
You bring it up. I mean, hey,
I did not talk. I was not talking team logos. Though I do want to note that my girlfriend, I care about her a lot. She was crashing out about NFL logos this weekend, and it was a very fun conversation between me, her, and JT. JT, I don't want to hear it from you. Let's go ahead and talk about the next game. That's the Eagles game. So let's go ahead and
that made my night. Thank you, Maurice. That made my night. I can't unsee that.
I'm gonna have to get you back for that one. That's okay. I keep receipts.
All right, fair enough. We got a game coming up. We do. All right, let's talk about the Eagles. Huge win Sunday night. We beat the Detroit Lions 16-9. Like I mentioned earlier, on my matchup preview, I had the Eagles losing this game. I had the Eagles losing this game back in August when we did the predictions. I just thought that the Lions were going to come to Philly, and they were talking all this stuff about they could have beat the Eagles last season. I thought they were going to come here with their high-powered offense and put up 40 on the Eagles. But I didn't have enough faith in my team, so for that, I apologize for all the Birds fans out there.
He apologizes. Apologize.
So sincerely. But what I didn't realize...
I was making a joke that only Earl got. And I know he's dying because he knows what I'm doing, and you guys don't, and it's the best thing in the world because you apologized.
I apologize. You two, can I finish? Can I continue?
I've got my revenge. I'm good now. I got my revenge. And only the real ones know what I'm referencing.
All right, then. All right. Anyway, I didn't realize that the Eagles' defense were going to be this stout right now. And they just acquired Jalen Phillips. He's made an impact in his first 2 games. This defense has been amazing. One of the best stretches of defensive play from the Eagles I've seen in a very long time. From the Packers to the Lions. And the Lions have a lot of weapons on their offense. Jameson Williams had a couple plays where he showed he can do some things. And Jahmyr Gibbs almost broke one. But with that said, though, the game came down to Dan Campbell, or as I call him, Dan Gamble, going for it. I think it was 5 times. He went for it on 4th down and did not convert. Was it 6?
I think it was 5 or 6.
Hold up.
Because when I looked, I was just like, if it didn't work the 3rd time, maybe 4th time's the charm.
He was 0 for something.
0 for 5.
Yeah, he was 0 for 5.
I got 2 questions. I got 2 quick questions. One, Jack Campbell, any relation to the head coach? I honestly don't know.
No.
Cool.
No.
Number 2, they got a player named Rock Yassin.
Yep.
Yes, from Temple University.
That is a crazy name, and shout out to your job.
Pretty good on AJ Brown too.
He played for the Ravens too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
My name, Rock Yassin, Temple University.
There was a former player named Kenyon Rambo.
Oh, we could do a whole entire East-West Bowl thing right now of former players.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Starting with
Alabama got a couple players with some odd names.
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yeah.
I wanted him on the Commanders. I'm not going to lie.
We thought he was going to be really good, but...
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just don't think the Saints are good at all. But anyway.
This was a defensive... The defense won this game for the Eagles. I'm not going to come up here and sound like a broken record when it comes to their offense. they're just not consistent right now. And they have a couple games to get ready for the playoffs and get this stuff figured out. But their offense is just all over the place, and it's a mixture of a lot of things. It's the offensive coordinator. It's the distraction of AJ Brown. Is Jalen Hurts being a little bit too conservative with his passes? It's a lot of things with the Eagles offense. And
Can I
I
say
understand.
something, Maurice?
Yep. Go ahead.
So I think that actually most of your offensive problems is that your offensive line is not playing as they as at the elite level that you expect of them.
Yep, I agree
I
with
think
that.
that has
I
a lot
agree
to do
there.
with that.
Yeah, and we were down 2 offensive lineman starters in this game. Lane Johnson, he broke his foot basically. Liz Frank injury. He's going to be out
Andrew
for
Thomas
6.
had that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be out. I'm going to assume he's going to be out for the rest of the regular season, just to be safe.
That is not a fun injury to deal with at all. If he was a basketball player, he'd be done for the season.
Yeah, it's tough. And he's a big man, and he's in his mid-30s, so that's a tough injury. Cam Jurgens didn't finish the game. I'm assuming it's back related. So we were down two players on the offensive line. It affected us. It affected us a lot. It affected us so much that we couldn't even convert a tush push. And you know how wild that has to be
That's
to not
crazy,
convert
yeah.
those.
So what you're saying is your
Not the
team's
TP.
not invincible when you don't have like 4 or 5 future Hall of Famers on the offensive line.
Cam Jurgens is not a future Hall of Famer. Lane Johnson is the only one that's a maybe Mulata, but that's done.
I'm talking about from last year.
Well, we lost Mekhi Becton. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
It's just Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey. But Jason Kelsey retired for 2 years.
Yeah.
I see what you try to do there, Lucas. I see. I see what you try to
Slick
do.
with it.
See
Slick
now,
with it,
now I'm keeping receipts, so that's okay.
Oh my gosh. Whatever
All right,
you
anyway.
do.
Anyway,
Whatever you do.
pedestrian game for Jalen Hurts. This wasn't a good Jalen Hurts game. They're trying to get Saquon Barkley going. He had 26 carries for 83 yards, which is like 3.2 yards a clip. They're trying to get him going, though. They tried to make A.J. Brown happy, 11 targets. Now he only had 7 receptions for 49 yards, but at least they went to him, so can't complain about that on social media.
So is because he's getting the targets now? Is it him not getting good passes or him dropping or not making the play?
This is where the coordinator comes in. When you design plays for a 7-yard slant, or not even a slant, a 7-yard out, you're not going to get big yardage. AJ has never been that breakaway from a defender down the field guy. That's Devontae. AJ is just the kind of receiver that jump over you and catch the ball, maul you or something like that. Use his strength and size. So the plays aren't really being designed for him. The plays are just being designed for whoever's open. And the recipients of those have been Dallas Goedert, Devontae, even though he only had 1 catch in this game, Jahan Dotson. Those are the guys that are really eating right now from the passing game, which has not been great. I mean, Jalen only had 132 yards, so it wasn't great. It wasn't an offensive showcase that we all thought it was going to be. The defense carried. And defense won this game for us. And Vic Fangio's got this defense playing on another level right now. Cooper DeJean with another interception. Who else? Jalen Phillips, like I said, had an impact. He had a sack. N'Kobe Dean, he's been great since coming back from injury. He had a sack. The defense is really cranking it out right now, and I'm really happy. I'm really happy for him. Even Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson had a really good game. And I can't complain about Adoree Jackson right now. He was balling that game. Listen, Ahmad St. Brown he didn't have a great game. He didn't have a great, what he had? He had 2 receptions for 42 yards. He was targeted 12 times. You got to tip your hat to Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell was on her for most of the game.
Yeah,
He's
I know that
second
he's
year
pretty
player.
good.
He's one of the best corners in football. Now he's going to. I'm not getting into my matchup preview. He has a test next week against two of the best wide receivers, at least the best duo in the league. Now we saw it week one. You could account those and maybe drops, player error, if you will. But there's going to be another test coming up next week. We're going to see if the defense can show up again. But right now, they're playing out of this world. So my player of the game, I'm going to give it to Quinyon. Yeah. Questions? Girl, GT?
Yeah, that was a solid defensive performance. I like how you guys switched from a 4-3 to a 3-4. I think that was more of a good suit for you guys, especially with Davis and Carter playing side by side. You got more linebackers now. They can run more freely. And you got the speed on the outside as well as the safety help. So y'all play like a shell coverage where y'all don't want to get beaten deep, but keep everything in front of you. And that's kind of how Fangio does his stuff on the defense side of the ball. Offense. How many offensive coordinators have you had the last 4 years?
Oh, four.
Shane.
They showed the list of it during the game.
Shane.
I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shane Reichen, Kellen Moore. No, Brian Johnson, Kellen Moore, and Kevin Petula.
It looks like
and that's just the
don't
pros.
you don't have a real good coordinator that can stay there, that can assist. Steichen was probably the best one you had, and then Kellen Moore came along. I think if you kept Kellen Moore, I think the offense will be clicking a little better than what you think. Even with the injuries on the line, I think the passing will make up for that. But it feels like there's nothing that's like there to kind of give them the juice that they need to, with so much that's going on with either if AJ is talking and then sometimes it's stagnant. But maybe that's just how, the best way to put it, your offense last season carried you, and then the defense came along. The defense is carrying you now, just waiting for the offense to wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, and real quick, since 2016, when Jalen was at Alabama, his play callers have been Lane Kiffin, Brian Dable, Brian
Dable?
Yep. Brian Dable.
At Alabama. Mike Lotzley, Lincoln Riley, Doug Peterson, Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen, Brian Johnson, Kellen Moore, Kevin Petula. He's had so many.
11.
He's had so many different people in his head, in his ear, calling plays for him, that you can see why he gets a little rattled sometimes. Because I think at this point in Jalen Hurts' career, he just got to go out there and do his thing. I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady, but the greats like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, at some point, just give him a sheet, give him a list, put it on his wrist, and tell him to go out there and call whatever. I think he has to have that type of command.
Can he read? Because, like, okay, one of the knocks against Jalen Hurts, and this is not a knock that I personally have, but I have heard multiple times, and I've noticed it too, that he doesn't read the defenses better, and he doesn't audible that much. I mean, there was famously
He's
said,
basically a one read quarterback.
Yeah, and even your Hall of Fame center said so too. He was the one audible-bullying, not Jalen Hurts. So, can you trust Jalen Hurts to make those type of plays? Can you trust him to be a Tom Brady, Peyton Manning? At this point, I would say no.
I would say yes. Just because he knows the personnel. When you see AJ Brown 1-on-1, that's an easy audible. Am I right or wrong? If AJ Brown's,
but can he read that?
I do believe so. And I think every NFL quarterback can see what the defense is giving you pre-snap.
No, there's one that didn't last week, but we'll talk about him soon.
Okay. All right. Any other questions about the Eagles? All right, we can move on.
All right, JT, you are up.
All right. Yeah, I really haven't been able to talk about a game the last 11 days. So, yeah. Cowboys defeated the Las Vegas Raiders 33-16 on Monday night. I think this game meant a lot to these guys. It meant a lot to me. And I know it meant a lot to the fans, especially with these last 11 days. It's been very down, mixed emotions. And going into this game, a lot of heavy hearts. And I was happy to see that my team rose above all that to play a game. And regardless if it was the Raiders having a bad season or whatnot, you play what's in front of you. And with how the defense have been playing, it seems like any opposition, you could have the best record, you could have the worst record, but when you go up against the Dallas defense, when you play the Dallas defense, it's where your dreams come true. Not today. Not yesterday. It was a nightmare for the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I noticed is that when they play together, there's nobody that can stop this team except themselves. And I got a chance to see my defense play a little better. I saw some new additions. I saw some returns. And honestly, I think having them play together as well as just kind of getting acquainted with one another, I think that really helped them in this game, where applying pressure up the middle on the defense side of the ball, Quentin Williams, he made an immediate impact. And that really shored up a lot, especially with the front, allowing guys to have their one-on-ones. As Araku's been playing better, Clowney has been playing better, and it showed out yesterday. And just being able to see Quinnen as well as Kenny out there bull rushing to the middle and whatnot, applying pressure, that's something I really haven't seen Dallas fully solidify. And being able to see it yesterday, I'm excited on what next is to come. And for it, I think with what they did, these trades, they're making up for what they did wrong from last season. And hopefully this pays off for them. And Quentin Williams, I'm happy about this one because Dallas needed a guy like this to at least pair with Kenny Clark to be able to stop the run. They really held the Raiders' run game to under 30 yards.
And I do want to know that Ashton Genty was having a great rookie year.
If you say so. In the game, he has 7 rushes for 6 yards.
Yeah, I mean before the game.
6 yards.
I was talking about outside of the game. He's had a good rookie year.
Yeah. And I think Genty right now, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with the Raiders. They're trying to figure it out.
Chip Kelly's their offensive coordinator. That's what's going on.
Hey, he should have stayed at Ohio State. But NFL's a different animal. But Genty, he really couldn't get things going, especially with the amount of pressure that was applied to the middle. He even got hit with a safety. And shout out to Ezraku for that as well. The defense played a little more sound. Even though it was kind of an Eberflus scheme, they played a little more at an understanding, a little more sound. I got a chance to see Logan Wilson. I got a chance to see Siobhan Ravel for the first time. And he was by far the first corner to wear a knee brace in the game. And he didn't do half bad. But honestly, I know that him getting out there is rust. And I got a chance to see that in these players. Even Overshown, he was a little rusty. When I saw him make a tackle, that made me happy. I was happy to see him back on the field. But at the same time, these guys got to get their feet wet in order to hit the ground running. So Cowboys Nation, just let these guys heal up and progress. No doubt in my mind it's going to be something very special when you see it. But the defense played really well. I think what went wrong in this was my offensive line could have improved a little bit more. And I understand Max Crosby is a dude, but at the same time, early part, Crosby was getting home. But when they started running the football like they should have been, I think that really countered what they were really trying to do. And I'm proud of what Dak Prescott did in this game, where he was basically the point guard out there. He would feed the hot hand. It's something that I wanted him to do. And to keep him in that 30 for 30 range with 30 rushes and 30 pass attempts, that's Dak's success. Yeah, 4 touchdowns, could have had 5. CD, you owe me 40 for that open touchdown you could have had. But I think Dallas right now, they have a legitimate shot to make a run. And I know this is the Raiders and whatnot. The true test is going to be next week against the Eagles. But to be able to play like they played coming out of the bye and having the heavy hearts that they have, I think if they go in there and play together with their emotions and everything intact, I think they have a nucleus that can occur that can really help this team make a run. But just seeing what they were able to do last night, it was in the right direction. And I understand it's the Raiders, but being able to see my team execute regardless of who they were playing and playing complement football, I'll take that. When you feed the hot hand, success happens. George Pickens is the hot hand. And I believe that the offense runs when Pickens gets involved. And that's no shot at CD, but Pickens has that juice that when you can get the game going with him, it electrifies the offense. It gets them going. Now, it's a healthy debate on who's better. Pickens is great in what he does. CD's good at what he does. CD's better in space. Pickens can get you with the deep ball. He's a automatic defensive pass interference, just gaining first downs off of it. When the ball is in his hands, he makes special things happen. Same for CD. But at the same time, if you get Pickens going, your offense is going to flow. If you don't, it's going to be stagnant. And I got a chance to see that CD and Pickens sat out the first possession of the game because of some stuff that happened in Vegas. I don't know the full details. I kind of know, but I'm going to leave it in Vegas. When they want to explain it, they'll explain it. But that was a disciplinary action that I felt was right by Shoddy. And I'm happy that Pickens and Lamb understood that. And then when they were able to come back into the game, they balled out. Pickens had 7 receptions for 144 yards and a touchdown. Let me double check this. I'm sure. Yeah, 9 receptions for 144 yards and 1 touchdown. That brings his total to 58 receptions, 908 yards, and 7 touchdowns. So he's 92 yards away from 1,000.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And hey, look. Dallas is not that hard. Jerry is not that hard. Steven is not that hard. You know where the offense goes. You know who's the guy that brings the energy. I understand 88's there. He's solid. He's good. But to pair him with someone who can do almost the same stuff and better, you got 2 receivers that helps your quarterback be a great point guard, be able to feed the hot hand. Keep it together. Honestly, I'm looking at George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb as almost like a Michael Irvin and Alvin Harper situation, both combating one another. And when you put them together, it's dangerous. So whatever you got to do, Dallas, get this man signed. It's no doubt in my mind it's going to help your team moving forward. My player of the game is George Pickens, but my true player of the game is for Marshawn Kneeland. This game was for you, bro. rest in heaven. I digress.
I think that's a good way to end our game outline. So let's get to around the NFL. Top story here. We finally saw Shedeur Sanders, and okay. Do we actually think he's that bad? I say no. I think he
was put in a bad situation.
Yeah, I think Kevin Stefanski didn't want him, and I don't. He made sure, and I don't think this is right of a head coach to make sure that he did not succeed. The fact is that the offensive line never heard his cadence until that moment in the game. He never had he never
took first team reps.
He never took first team. So, no, Kevin Stefanski, this is on you. Because you're a head coach. You know that you're one injury away from using your backup. And you never even let him teach his cadence to the offense. Like, what are we doing here? Like, and he's going to have to play next week.
Self-sabotage.
Like, I was going to suggest, because I don't know if Stefanski's going to survive another season in Cleveland. If he wasn't, I was going to suggest him for the Giants. But after I've seen how he handled this, if you're not Kevin Stefanski's guy, you are not Kevin Stefanski's guy. And you look terrible. Which makes me wonder, like, the whole entire Watson stuff. Was that really on Watson? Or was it on Stefanski?
Well, Watson on the field.
Well, Watson, that's a...
Well, I mean, I'm not saying, like, obviously, I'm not talking about the off-the-field stuff. I'm just saying, like, on the field. Like, do we believe that he really regressed that much as a player?
It was more of a running point. They had Nick Chubb. Yeah, it was a running base.
I'm going to say this about the Shedeur situation. He should be playing next week against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yes.
If he plays the way that he did against the Ravens, there's no more excuses. I think the media and everything has really blown this whole thing out of proportion. I think his fan base is definitely a dedicated one that will stand him regardless of play. And I think that we need to see him start next week, see how he does in order to form an actual opinion on his play in the NFL.
Yeah,
I think it is. We just wanted to see him win, and by win, I mean after the draft, it was clearly sabotage.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have went that far in the draft, and obviously everybody wants him before an underdog.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
He was projected as second quarterback out.
But Shedeur wasn't part of that too.
Also remember, there's a lot that goes on in the draft process.
True.
There were things, every single one of our teams sitting here passed on him. And granted, yes, Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott, you're telling me that not one of our teams, even in the third or fourth round, said, yeah, you know what, this kid's supposed to go in the first?
There were some
in the fourth round, though.
There was some
because the Browns traded up to take him from the Eagles. But that was the fifth round for the Eagles, too.
So, like...
I think if Dallas didn't have Milton, I think they probably would have gotten Shedeur.
Yeah, and to be fair, he did not interview well. Interviewing well is a skill.
There was also so many QB-needy teams that totally said no. That took other quarterbacks before him. Seattle took Jalen Milroe.
Namely, the Jets.
The Raiders could have took Shedeur.
Yeah, the Jets. Like, there was
a lot of teams. They just benched Justin Fields,
Yeah. So I think there was definitely a reason for it. I don't think that there was collusion or in any way and you know what? Maybe it was because Dion or whatever the drama or whatever it was. However, if he shows out and, is the success story that people say he's going to be, then he does. If he doesn't, then we knew why he fell. I just think it's an talked about thing that I think Shedeur needs to just handle business when gets his time on the field.
Well, he's going to have his time next Sunday.
Well,
exactly.
I don't know what time the game is, but
I'm going to check it out.
As many reps as he physically can for next week. He needs to take as many reps as he physically can.
They can't use that anymore then if
they got to create something. They got to create something for him.
And by the way, Dylan Gabriel wasn't lighting the world on fire either, so...
No. It should have been a battle from the beginning, so give Shedeur give him a shot. Give him a shot.
Yeah, give him a chance.
real quick, Aaron Rodgers broke his wrist, but he said he's
Doesn't
going to try to
require
come back.
surgery.
Yeah,
And
he's
this
going
is
to try
not
to
a
come
throwing
back.
hand.
He's going to try to play through it. I don't know.
Wow.
That division is weird. I think
Can
the
we
Ravens
just talk about how crazy Mason Rudolph's mustache is? Like, it looks like a Tom Selleck.
Are you talking about him?
set.
Mason Rudolph got a flat head.
Man, I still remember who was it? Miles Garrett, who
Myles Garrett.
destroyed him that one game.
Mm-hmm.
Try to swing the helmet at him. Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why he got a flat head.
Terrible.
Yeah,
but no.
But yeah, man, it's just
real quick. When everybody's paying this one, as of right now, going into week 12, I think it's week 12. Who's your MVP?
MVP. Ooh, I haven't even been thinking about that.
Jonathan Taylor. Okay.
If Saquon didn't get it, he's not gonna get it.
I'll say Josh Allen. Maybe they're hearing stuff about Drake May, but I don't know if it's like
I'm
real.
not sold
Drake
on the
May.
Patriots.
Yeah, look.
If I say what I really want to say, Lucas is going to get mad at me.
Go ahead, say it. Go ahead.
I
Say it.
He's
think
gonna say Daniel Jones.
No, they have commander syndrome from last year.
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
they do.
They got an easy schedule.
I think that too. But
yeah,
it's just amazing seeing the Patriot fans are like,
I
we're back,
would love because the hardest team they played really was
Buffalo.
Well, was Buffalo, but Buffalo's been very inconsistent. They played the Bucks, but that team is so hurt. I would really love to see the Patriots play a team like the Eagles or one of the NFC West teams, and then I could really gauge how.
One of their two losses was against the Raiders. Just saying.
Yeah, week one though.
I don't think there's no consensus MVP right now.
You know what? I got a dark horse name. He's a little old, but I want to go with Matt Stafford.
Yeah, he's having a good season.
Okay.
Top 5 in passing. He has what? 2,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, single-digit interceptions. Team's 8-2. Tough schedule.
Yeah,
I say
Matt
Stafford.
Agree with that. I can agree with that. They got to keep their record good, though. I mean, it can't fall back.
Nope.
Can't fall back.
Can we also talk about how the Chicago Bears are first in their division now?
I don't believe it.
They're 7-3, dude.
We play the Bears on Black Friday after the Cowboys. I will have further.
See how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Real quick, are the Chiefs done?
Yes. Finally. Watch. No, they'll probably win the Super Bowl. Who are we kidding?
I need to see how they play against us on Thanksgiving.
That's going to be a good game.
I think out of it.
We got Post Malone.
You know what? Tom Brady had like a 7 to 10 year lull where he didn't win any championships and then bounced back. They might need to retool around Patrick Mahomes a little bit.
Who won 10 years?
Like Brady's most of his Super Bowls happened in the mid to late 2000s. Then he had a few more in the late 2010s, early 2020s.
Well, his was the early 2000s, but it took a while after that.
Yeah,
man.
So yeah.
Well, that was off people not running the football and sustaining a big lead.
Yeah, but my point is that even great quarterbacks, their teams get too old and they have to retool, and it just feels like next couple of years.
So they need a unique.
I think they need to get some. I think they need to get some young talent on the team around Patrick now. I mean,
I think this might be it.
They interchanged everything with the line to protect this man because the dude's running for his life.
I'm not talking about the line. I'm talking about weapons. They don't have an elite number one wide receiver.
Rice is young. Worthy's young. It's just Kelsey.
They haven't hit their primes yet. Travis Kelce's probably going to retire after this season.
That when he won the Super Bowl.
By the way, I just want to say, I think if the Chiefs would have won the Super Bowl, Travis Kelce would have proposed to Taylor Swift and he would have been retired then.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Right? So there's that. I just think they're going to need to retool a little bit. It's okay to retool. It's okay
for the NFL
retool.
Fans, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
They quiet. Oh, they quiet.
Mm-hmm. But
All right,
I mean,
is it my time?
it is your time.
All right. It's time for Who's That Football Player? Ketchup and mustard.
Yeah,
This
I bet.
player played with the Washington Redskins. Can I say Redskins or
Yeah,
Commanders?
you can say Redskins. That's fine.
All right. This football player played with the Washington Redskins / Commanders. Back in the
No,
2016...
I don't think he was on the roster when they were called the Commanders. Maybe.
Why are you giving hints, dog?
Okay.
Oh,
Just let her all cook.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He wasn't on the Wizard Kids.
The football wizard people. The whippersnappers. All right. Back in the 2016 NFL season, this player had two pass deflections, 11 sacks, 18 tackles for loss, 24 QB hits, 33 total tackles, career awards, a 4-time Pro Bowler, all rookie team, and 2015 NFL Top 100. Maurice, Mal, as well as myself, who's that football player?
I think I know this one.
It wasn't
I think I
super
do
hard.
too. 11 sacks?
I don't know who it is. I don't know. He had a good season that year. It's Ryan Kerrigan.
Yeah, Ryan Kerrigan.
Ryan
Yeah,
Kerrigan?
it is Ryan Kerrigan. Yeah, I didn't mean to make it hard. Yeah, so that's who I got. All right. Yeah,
We
it
didn't
wasn't meant
post
to
a
be
poll
hard.
question this week, by the way.
Yes, we
I
did.
totally posted a poll question.
No.
I did a video for it.
Yeah,
Where
I
is
posted
it?
the poll question.
Wait,
Did I
what
not
was the
post
poll
it on
question?
Twitter?
And I don't think so.
Yes, you did.
Well, I
was
posted it
on Twitter.
everywhere else.
You posted it Sunday though. It was kind of late.
It was very late.
The most recent I have is from 11/9.
Oh.
No.
Oops. It must have not went through. Hang on.
No.
Well, then I will read it off of... Go on Facebook. It's on Facebook.
Okay. I'll just have to find it.
Yeah. Sorry about that, folks. I thought I posted... It was late when we did it, to be fair. And I'm very tired this week, so...
The poll question was posted 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Look
2 days
right
ago.
ahead.
Also, Earl. Like my
Got it.
mug.
All right.
What's that?
Yeah.
Alrighty, y'all. I got the poll question. So, poll
It's
question.
our alma mater.
Will the Philadelphia Eagles claim the number 1 seed in the NFC East for the second year in a row? Everyone said yes out of the 16 votes we had.
Cool. Yeah, it does feel like unless like they really crumble and the Cowboys get super hot, it doesn't feel like it's
They're saying the number 1 seed.
Number one
Number
seed
one
in
seed.
the NFC.
in the
That would have
NFC
been a
or
more
the
difficult
NFC.
question.
Oh, no.
Yes.
This one does say NFC East. So, yes.
It's
That is,
NFC East.
yeah. Yeah. So, then
Yeah.
yes.
It says NFC
Yeah.
East.
Yeah, we just gotta see who finishes
Let's
the
see what
race.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So last but not
Not calling
least,
it
we do
just yet.
have
Not calling it yet?
trivia.
Polls are not closed. Okay.
The poll is now closed. Yes. Let me pull up the trivia real quick. This was a I believe, what is it? A Giants poll.
Yeah, Giants.
Trivia.
I have no idea who this is.
I do.
I know who it is.
So do I.
Okay. Who was the QB that the New York Giants selected in the 1980 NFL draft? I'll go with Maurice first because he says he doesn't know.
So why'd you come to me then?
Because I want you to
No.
try
That's all,
without.
folks.
I don't want you bandwagon off of their answers. I want you to give your own unique answer. You might get it right.
Jeff Hostetler.
Okay. Mal. Actually, no.
Scott-
JT. Hang on. JT.
Scott Brunner.
Scott Brunner.
Yep. Scott Brunner.
I knew that one, though. I knew that
Who's
one.
that?
He-
I don't even know who that is.
Backup for Phil Sam's, dog. If you know, you know.
Maurice, like, new phone.
If you look at his face, if you look at a picture of him, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I know him."
Maurice, like, who? Who?
Who?
How many years did he play in the league?
Oh, like 12, 13, I
Yeah,
want to
well-
12, 13. Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
say. Backup
That's
quarterbacks
all,
sometimes
folks.
have the longest
they
careers.
do.
Look at Colt
Yeah, they do.
McCoy. Colt McCoy
Yeah.
played forever.
Mark Brunell had like a 25-year NFL career.
And he
I had
started
his
out
league
as they
forever.
I
started
had
too.
his Jaguar jersey.
You had his jersey?
Look, My dad would not give me a Cowboy jersey. Like, he was literally converting me into a Steeler.
Oh wow.
But he
Jeez.
knew I liked the Cowboys, so he would get me every other jersey. No Eagles, no John. No, wait, I had a Lawrence Taylor jersey. Nothing Redskins. He realized I couldn't stand it.
Early on.
I had a Doug Flutie jersey, too.
By the way, did I send you guys a picture of Tiani's jersey that she got for her birthday?
Is
Oh,
it
no.
Dallas Cowboys?
No, I see it.
Well, I'll send it to
Oh,
you
I
guys in the
saw
Slack.
it. I saw it.
Was it on Facebook?
Yes.
Maybe.
Do you guys want me to close it out while you send that, Lucas?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, guys. So we want to thank you for listening to 14 Rings Podcast. Make sure you follow us on all of our socials, X, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, at 14 Rings NFC East Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at 14 Rings NFC East Podcast. Every week we have our game previews, our individual episodes. So please make sure you watch those there. Those are YouTube exclusive. And make sure you subscribe to us on all of our platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music as well, and iHeartRadio. Thank you guys for listening and have a great night. Bye, y'all.
Praise hail.
Peace. Go Birds.
Blessings. Much love. DC for life.